Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're jumping down into the world of Harmony One, taking a look at the most recent price action and what we might expect to see next. Now as I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now in the description down below you'll find several links. One for our Discord server, which is a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. The second link you'll find is to the new Cheeky podcast, a fantastic way of staying up to date with absolutely everything crypto on your daily commute to the office. Why not check that out if that's your bag? And also the third link down there will be a link to our Patreon services where we offer a lot more for our Discord members via Patreon. This is everything from AMAs twice weekly through to project reviews, trading, buying and selling signals that we and Chris are doing, staking alerts, and various different other things. If that's your bag, check that out in the description down below. Okay guys, let's waste no more time. Let's jump into this. Harmony One paired up with USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is the data source. Now as you can see here, there's actually quite a few things going on, right? So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to remove that fib. We don't need it. We know we've gone past 1.618 at this point. You can see here we have a fifth wave, which might be a fifth wave of a third wave low. Okay, and essentially we're tracking a 5-wave move down, right? So we're looking for this fifth wave, and we're actually tracking a fifth wave of a fifth wave of a fifth wave of the third wave. Now that seems absolutely mental, but understand that this is kind of, you know, what Elliott wave theory is. It's kind of nesting in waves that indicate people's sentiment in the space, right? This isn't necessarily just tracking, you know, certain candlestick patterns. It is tracking people's behavior, and these behaviors are nested at multiple different levels. It is relatively complex. It's a little bit to get your head around. Join us in Discord if you want to know more about Elliott wave theory. We've got a lot of additional materials down in Discord that can help you understand what I'm doing in these videos, and as to why I'm looking at a fifth wave of a fifth wave of a fifth wave of the third wave on a macro. So there's a lot there. Join us in Discord if it doesn't make sense, and hopefully it will make sense in the future. But really importantly, you know, we are tracking this move down. So we actually come down a little bit lower than expected already, and that's because we're getting this extension down, right? So we can see here that we had this little third wave. We had our little bounce upwards here, and it does look like we are now done with that. So we can zoom in on this little area here for Harmony. So our bounce upwards is over. It was pretty much a flash move up, and then we pull back down. Now in here, we can kind of see that we're tracking down. We tracked back up, and we could be potentially tracking back down. We can take a look at the stochastic RSI, which is our momentum indicator, to help us understand, you know, how much further we've kind of got to go to the downside, or whether or not we've got any move to the upside to be had here. Essentially the 4-hour needs to come down, the 8-hour needs to come down, the daily's in a really good spot. So we're looking for a really good surge upwards very, very soon. Okay, but we do need to see a little bit more room to the downside. So I would say that we're probably just about tracking or looking to finish our wave 2 maybe. Yeah, we'll probably have that. So if I go ahead and just throw on here, we've probably got a little bit of room to the upside to be had. Probably over today we'll just come up, we'll look to go up higher than 1.754. Ideally that would complete the move. So we're looking for a 3-wave move, something like this to happen. Okay, so we'll just look to kind of complete this off just a fraction more. In theory, the 1-to-1 ratio with this, if I can grab that, not that, this one, and we put this over to our low point just over here. Yeah, we're already really fractionally higher than that, to be fair, so there isn't too much in it. We'll be talking about maybe pushing up as high as 1.764, but a double top is probably more likely, coming in here at 1.754. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Essentially that will be there. What that will look like is then just looking to drop down again into finishing this move. So it does look like we might be either an ending diagonal, okay, which is possible. It could be an ending diagonal. So we have one, no, that would be wrong. Let me grab this again. We have this one here, 1, 2, 3, this being 4, and then finally 5. So we could have an ending diagonal like this, and that could play out pretty well. Alternatively, what we've kind of got is a leading diagonal inside here. This becomes 1, this becomes 2, we drop down into 3, 4, and then 5, taking us down a little bit deeper than maybe we were expecting. Okay, so there's a couple of options here. We don't know which one's going to play out just yet. So, you know, I think, yeah, it's really quite a tough one. If we grab this high point, grab this this high and that low, move it over to here. We could be looking at bringing our third wave down to about 1.3. And then if that's the case, then we'll probably want to be looking at a bounce for wave 4 and then a final move down, probably towards the lower end of 1.3. So essentially wave 3, approximately 1.391, and then probably a wave 5 at around 1.3 flat or something around there maybe. Bit too soon to really know, but essentially what you'll look here at is then a fifth wave of a fifth wave of a fifth wave of a fifth wave of a third wave. Okay, so you can see how we're kind of mapping all these out to try to give us the most probable area. Eventually you aren't going to break these down any further. Eventually, you know, that you're not really going to see, you know, 5 waves inside that fifth wave, for example. But we'll keep a close eye on that, see how that one's going. It is an overextension on this again. So there's no guarantee that this plays out, and considering the momentum behind the price, it's very unlikely unless we need to completely lower that 4-hour and 8-hour stochastics. Let me just check the 4-hour and the 8-hour. Yeah, so we could potentially see that come down quite a bit, maybe to 1.3 before we move up. And the move up is going to be very significant. So, you know, I've got this kind of scoped out at about 4.4. It is something that's going to play out after we have this low. And, you know, you're talking about 200 and something percent now, 240% potentially, if we were to track up that high. And I think it would be very explosive, but it should be corrective. And then we pull back down into the final lows, which again would potentially take us lower than 1 cent on Harmony 1. So again, lots of things to kind of think about, lots of things to kind of review. And there isn't too much more to really talk about today, because I don't think we have all of the structures here just yet. We need to see what happens next. Confirmation of our move down would be had at this low point, coming in at 1.645. If we drop down lower than that, then I think we've already started our third wave lower. But ideally, we're looking for a double top at about 1.754 to basically trigger that next move to the downside. Guys, I'm going to leave this video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.